Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. Oh my god, excuse me already. Yeah, let's just say, once again, I had a big lunch. But anyways, everyone, as you can see, we are now just about to be done with Twist Mountain. But before we do that, yeah, you saw, yep, here's Cheren, and with a Team Plasma Grunt. It's pretty strong. But you're only strong because you trainers are controlling Pokemon. So you want to set Pokemon free. If that's what you want, you should start with your own. Yeah, exactly. But taking people's Pokemon by force is not right. That is not real strength. And here's another one. Hey, you there! We found that thing. We found that thing that we were looking for. We should have the tower too. Should tower now. Get this! Team Plasma has obtained the power to change this world and end people's control over Pokemon. My bad. That's right. We must use force in order to right the wrongs of this world. Now let's gather around our king, our Lord N. Yep. And they just finish off. Those guys, I don't know what they found, but they go the extra mile to gain power and to cause trouble. What a bothersome bunch. I think that's a line you've already said. Ditto, I'm going to stay here for a while. I want to think a little bit about what the champion asked me. Yeah, about what you want to do after you become champion line again. Yeah, Cheren is still thinking about that. And why do I want to be strong in the first place? Yeah, while Cheren is thinking about that, we're now going to be entering Icirrus City. But first, we immediately get interrupted by Cedric Juniper again. December has really taken a shine to you. It should. The Pokédex is important, but time spent having fun together is also important. Say, I just had a thought. Have you heard of Dragonspiral Tower? Well, no one has ever mentioned it to us in this whole entire game yet, so not really. Well, I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. Okay, give this story a listen. Dragonspiral Tower is said to be the universe region's oldest building. Stories saying that it's the place where legendary Pokemon came to life, or where they remain in deep slumber. I know it's just past Icirrus City, but that's all I know about it. That's all anyone knows, because no one has ever been inside. My daughter has wanted to investigate that tower for a long time. What? There's something I don't know. That kind of feeling is pure adventure, and I'm not too old for some adventuring. Away I go to have a look at Dragonspiral Tower. Catch you later. Yeah, we will be doing that, but not until after we are done with the Icirrus gym. But anyways, everyone, now immediately I gotta say this. The music that plays during Icirrus City, I gotta say, this one is also a really good one too. And it actually gets even better when you hear certain people also tuning when they also tune into the music themselves. Yeah, you'll understand what I mean for when we actually get to those people. But anyway, what's everyone? Now for Icirrus City. Now, this is essentially a part of the region where you can actually walk on certain puddles. Now Pokemon, I'm sure will spawn from it. Yeah, and those Pokemon just so happen to be Wild Palpitoad, Shelmet, and you can even encounter the very first electric and ground type Pokemon, Stunfisk. Yeah, that's right. The Pokemon that can be very something else entirely. But anyways, everyone. Now for this guy in the Pokemon Center. Now he says that he will give you, now if you show him a very rare ore, like a ore of some sort, now he will give you a whole lot of money for it. Now for the items that you can give this guy are any gems, any weather rocks, any evolution items, any shards, and you can also give him heartstones, pearls, stardusts, big pearls, nuggets, big nuggets, everstones, floatstones, oval stones, shoal shells, star pieces, pearl strings, common shards, and even keystones. And as you saw, now if you just so happen to give that guy at least for one of those items, he will give you double the amount of money that you would normally get. Yeah, considering that as you just saw, yeah, we managed to get at least 10,000, like at least $10,000 for that nugget. When normally it would have been at least 5,000. So yeah, definitely go to that guy if you want to be able to get a lot more money. And also, as you just saw, from this old woman who used to be a battle girl, actually gives us a TM that is definitely needed, specifically for my Embor. Cause yeah, I finally have a move that I'm essentially gonna be teaching my Embor for essentially for the rest of the game. Yeah, I'm now giving my Embor Brick Break. Yeah, it finally took a very long time, but I'm finally giving Embor a really good funny time move, finally. Yeah. Definitely go to this woman if you want your Embor to become really useful now. Now, back to what I was talking about the music. Listen to this. Yeah, you actually hear clapping sounds. Yeah, and that's because it's actually from these people those people who actually are dancing in a circle. Yeah, they're the ones who actually implement a clapping sound, called lapping sounds into the Icirrus City and the Icirrus City music. Yeah. Again, this is really the major generation that really does this, where you can actually add on pieces of sound or even more musical pieces to the already existing music with it in the games. Yeah, no other generation really does this. Yeah, which is why I find kind of extremely odd to me, to be honest. But anyways, everyone, now continuing with the Pokemon encounters. Now there are Pokemon that you can find while surfing and fishing as well. Yeah, now by surfing you can just find Stunfisks, wild seismitoads. Oh yeah, and this little girl who says that Bryson was in the movies. Well, it's not just was anymore. Yeah, you're gonna see. Yeah, for those of you who played the sequels, will definitely know what I'm talking about. But anyways, everyone, now as for the Pokemon that you can find fishing, now you can still find Stunfisk while fishing as well. But also you can find a wild Barboach and also Whiscash here too. But however, now here's the thing about the water puddles. Not the actual water itself, but more so the water puddles. Now these water puddles, they actually get turned into now these frozen puddles actually become frozen solid. Now they actually become frozen solid when the season is winter. Meaning that, yeah, during winter you cannot find Shelmets here whatsoever. Really, Stunfisk? You want to camouflage in the water? Thanks. You just gave me the best opportunity for me to freaking paralyze you idiot. Yeah, as you can tell by Stunfisk. Yeah, the main reason for Stunfisk is that he really loves to put on that face of his. Yeah. Yeah, and especially when he and especially when Stunfisk essentially gives off an electric shock when you just so happen to step on it. But anyways, everyone, now as I was saying, now when this water turns to frozen solid, now essentially becomes like an ice puzzle. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, now we got Stunfisk, the trap Pokemon. Yeah, Stunfisks are definitely traps. And they definitely become more so like a trap when they get a brand new form within a Galar. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now and also during winter, there is actually there is also a house that you can only go to during the winter season. And inside of that house, now one of them is actually a former member of a team, or is actually a former member of a Team Rocket. And it is, and get this, it is actually the very same one who stole the machine part from the Kanto power plant within the Gen 2 games, including Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And even though originally he said that he was going to revive Team Rocket, now he actually fell in love. He got married, and now he got married, and they now have a son. So yeah, you could definitely say that Grunt definitely made himself a very big change in his life. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now what you're seeing here now is, now when you enter this house, you immediately get yourself put inside. You immediately go through this little like pop quiz. Yeah, and it's a quiz that you can do once per day. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, this little girl right here, her name is Dido. Yeah, it's essentially my name, but instead of two T's, there is a. But instead of two T's, there's only one, and hers ends with a H. Yeah, isn't that kind of ironic? However, her Japanese name is actually Sayana. So yeah, so yeah, not so much very different. But anyways, now for this house. Yeah. Now, Ditto will essentially will always ask you for a hint for the question that Weary, I think that's his name. I honestly don't know. Yeah. Now it depends on the question that he says. Yeah, and every time. Yeah, and every time also. Aha, we'll ask the player a question. Oh no, wait. Wiry is the woman who will invite you to the quiz. Yeah, and is the guy who will ask you the question. Now, if you just happen to get a question correctly, they will only give you a antidote. However, don't feel too bad if you get it wrong, because yeah, you will always get a paralyzed heal no matter what. So honestly, this whole quiz thing is kind of pointless. Really, so yeah, considering that they give you items that you would normally get by yourself anyway. Yeah. But anyways, everyone, now the building that we're in right now is actually the Pokemon Fan Club building. Yeah, it actually takes us all the way up to Icirrus City for us to finally be able to get ourselves to the Pokemon Fan Club within this generation. Now from this guy, now he'll actually will give you a item, depending on how much you have raised to your Pokemon's level. Yeah, and depending on how much levels that you have started on. Now now he will only give you an item. Now the items that you get from him are determined about of how many levels that you have raised from the start of when you actually met them, all the way up to where they are now. Yeah, as you see here. Yeah, considering that we've definitely raised our Ember quite a lot. He actually just gave us a freaking another experience share, and sometimes as well he will also give you a King's Rock, and also a cleanse tag as well. Oh yeah, and also now for this woman here. Yeah, she is essentially the person that you go to if you want to find out how close you are of how much friendly that you've gone with your Pokemon. But anyways, now this building is indeed the Icirrus gym. And so to the next part, I'll see you guys next time.